strategies and deep understanding of market trends make her the perfect guide to navigate the ever-evolving landscape of social media branding. Ms. Ko, an educator, a brand marketing expert, and a marketing maven. So without further ado, let me introduce to you Ms. Evelyn Coso, our facilitator and speaker for tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Anya. That is a very generous introduction. Parang
Yes
hindi
po.
ka masyadong handa. Maraming salamat for the warm introduction. Anyway, let me share my screen first. Okay. Okay. Kita na po ba ang ating screen?
Yes po.
Okay. So let me start. I know you would be wondering the title of our session for tonight is social media branding and assessment. So and I would be talking about basically on branding itself. So how many of you here have a business or mag-freelance type 1? If you're a freelancer or aspiring to be a freelancer, type 2, if you're going to have a business someday, o i-type nyo 1 and 2 para lahat sakop. So yes, let's see. Meron ba? Aba, okay meron din pala, no? Ayun. So for tonight, I hope you'll be learning about the branding basics. I know, uh, there is a marketing side to a business. There's also a sales side to a business or a freelancing. But let me take you first sa basic, which is the fundamental or the foundation of all businesses. Sana na may mga times na parang kinakalimutan natin, which is branding or your brand itself. So let me give a shout out first kay Gerard, if you're here, tsaka si Maribeth. Welcome to Project Creative Collab. Sabi ko sa kaklase ko kay Anife, I would give a shout out to them both. Hi to both of you. I hope you learn something tonight sa pag-discuss natin ng branding. Okay, branding here and there, everywhere. Actually, nakikita nyo siya. Hindi nyo lang siya talaga napapansin. Or probably you know it, but a little of it, so that dagdagan ko ang knowledge nyo about it. So let me start. You can see my screen naman, no? So the objective of this course is to communicate your brand effectively and to see the branding challenges that we are having. So, in branding, you have to know yourself. Yun muna ang pinaka first. You have to know yourself. So, di ba pagka how many of you, pagka uh, na-interview ko yun ng HR, they would ask you, describe yourself. Di ba parang ang hirap, no? Although kilala mo naman yung sarili mo, na alam ko na dito ako nakatira, dito ako sa Malolos nakatira, ito yung inaral ko, dito ako nag-aral, ito ang mga magulang ko, these are my parents and all that. But that is the very thing that you would want your brand to stand out is knowing who you really are. So first, ito siya. Maglalagay muna tayo ng konting history, a little bit of history about branding. So ang timeline niyan actually goes far as 5,000 BC. So short lang to, promise. Hindi ko kayo ibobore ng history, baka maanto kayo. 3,000 BC, so nagkaroon ng Babylonian advertising in Iraq. As far as 2000 BC, merong branding of livestock. Alam niyo yung may tinatatakan na ganong hot iron sa skin ng mga animals. 1000 BC, potters, meron ng mga potters na initials in Greece, in Rome. So you can see the branding images here, the branding iron. So I think you're all familiar with that. So pag sinabing brand and branding, ano yung tatak? Ayan na. First, no, you have to bear that in mind. Yun mo nang ilagay yung term sa isip nyo, tatak. And then, ano yung mga terms to remember? Brand and branding. Ano bang difference ito? When you say brand, it is the name given to a product or service from a specific source. Used in a sense, brand is similar to the current meaning of the word trademark. Medyo business na to, no? Itong part na to. Pero dito tayo mag-stick, no? Brand is a name given to a product or service. So probably, no, you're wondering, yung business ko, oy, may name na siya. Meron na siyang product name, meron na siyang service name. And this is parang I come up with it, o kaya I've researched about it, o kaya parang may nagsuggest sa akin na kamag-anak ko or pinsan ko or something like that. Branding naman is the act of putting that. It is the creating a unique name or image for product that serves to distinguish that product in the marketplace. So ito naman yung act or creating a unique name. And then, ito pa yung sinasabi ni Webster Dictionary naman sa brand, a mark. So ito naman yung mark, no? Tatak, made by burning with a hot iron to attest the manufacturer or the quality or the designated ownership. So san ba to na manufacturer? Ano bang klaseng quality meron ito? Ano ba sino ba ang gumawa nito? Branding, nandyan na yung papasok yung marketing kasi you're trying to build up itong brand mo. It is the processes by which the company, product, or service acquires a distinctive identity. Ito, binubuo mo na siya. Binubuo mo na tong tatak na to by using all these processes. So becoming associated with a particular values, lifestyle, and meaning. So understanding your brand, who are you? As I was saying kanina, kung na-interview ka na ng HR and they would ask you, describe yourself. Ano yung strengths and weaknesses mo? Saan ka nag-aral? Who are your parents? Siblings, di ba? So that makes up who you are. Alam mo yon, even if magbenta ka ng kidney, may nagbenta na ba ng kidney dito, no? Still, no, kahit matapyasan ka ng isang isang parte ng katawan mo, you are still you, isn't it? 'Di ba? So it's a unique name or image for a product. So, yun bear that in mind, unique name, a unique image for a product to have a distinctive identity. So, meron kang sarili mong uniqueness. And then, pupunta naman tayo sa what's in name. So, who are you? Ano yung identity mo sa brand? Or a personal brand? Pag dinescribe ka ng mga friends mo, sabihin nila, nako, si Ate Malu, mabait yan, sobrang bait. Ganyan. Nagpapautang nga yan eh. Hindi na sinisingil yung utang. Ganon yon, di ba? Pag nagpapadescribe yung mga ganong klase ng mga tao, di ba? Doon pa lang makikita na yung personal brand mo. Sino ka ba talaga? Pag sinabi ganitong pangalan ng kaibigan mo, ay, naku, wag, maldita yan. Naku, wag ka dyan. So, what's in the name? So, when the German manufacturer of a car, Mercedes-Benz, siguro alam niyo naman tong magandang car na to, wanted to penetrate the Chinese market. Ang una nilang nilagay na translation ng kanilang car to penetrate the Chinese market was Benzi. Now, Benzi in Chinese is rush to die. But they quickly change it kasi parang, uy, nagkamali kami. Sabi lang gano'n, nagkamali kami. So they literally changed it to Benchi. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but the meaning of the word Benchi means run quickly as if flying. O di ba? Ano yung mas gusto mo? Yung nagda-drive ka ng kotse na ang pangalan ay Rush to Die, may death wish ka na agad. Or ang gusto mo ay Benchi, yung to run quickly as if flying. 'Di ba? May malaki yung kaibahan. Eh dito sa umpisa parang pareho lang Ben. Tapos dito Ben and Ben pala to. Pero dito pag sinabi C, oh, rush to die pala siya. Chi, tapos run quickly as if flying. Ilang ilang syllables lang, 'di ba? Tapos biglang nagbago na agad. And also when the American Motors wanted, it's an American car company, wanted to penetrate the US naman, Latin America, sorry, Latin America na market. And they translated that car, that model is called Matador. So ibig sabihin pala ng Matador ay killer. Actually, familiar tayo dun sa mga word na Matador. It wasn't received well actually. Well, as you know, a car named Killer, 'di ba yung parang nagda-drive ka ng kotse tapos mamamatay tao, parang mamamatay sasakyan ka na kagad. So it's really translated, lost in translation pag napupunta na sa ibang countries. And also Nokia launched a cell phone years ago to also a Latin America market. Kaso, it translated into prostitute. So, nag-name sila ng cellphone name Lumia. They thought ang ganda ng translation nito. And these are big companies. So tingnan nyo, Mercedes-Benz, American Motors, Nokia, kala natin hindi sila magkakamali, ano. But in naming all the products, doon pa lang, ano, sumablay na sila. So biriin mo, no, Nokia, gumagamit ka ng phone, prostitute ang translation. Do. So can I use the prostitute? Mga ganon, di ba? So dito pa lang, ano, sumablay na si Nokia. So it wasn't received well. And what happened was, syempre, ang dami nilang losses because syempre nag-umandar na yung marketing, nagbayad na sila na advertising and all that. So dito pa lang makikita nyo that it's best to know what kind of a name you are naming your brand. Dito pa lang yung foundation. Kailangan talagang unique siya, meron siyang distinctive identity. And when it is translated sa ibang mga nations, it would not be something offensive. Okay? So who are you? What's in the name? So what's in the name? So you know Ministop. Sino dito mga nakakaalala sa Ministop? So Ministop is now called Uncle John's. So Ministop is a Japanese brand. It is once called na minute stop. So you go there for a minute and you buy something. So 7-Eleven, it's a convenience store. But and all these graphics has a meaning also. So bahay yan, may puno yan na puno. Hindi yan cloud. So it depicts of a homey type of a store na talagang gusto na lang i-depict yung ganong klase ng brand. But what happened was uh, binili ngayon yung Robinsons, may binili silang malaking percentage from the mini stop here in the Philippines, and they rebranded it to Uncle John's. So bili mo from this logo, nag-rebrand to Uncle John's. So tingnan natin. So Ministop is an indispensable existence for a local community and provides a variety of products and services to create a future of limitless promise by transforming daily life. Wow, ganda, no? And then when they transformed it to Uncle John's, ito naman ang sinabi kay Uncle John's. Uncle John's has become a household name for consumers on the go looking for convenient options without sacrificing quality and taste of food. So galing naman to sa General Manager of Robinson's Convenience Stores Incorporated. So Uncle John is from Mr. John Gokong Wei, which is the late founder of the Robinsons Group. So, ganun na nangyari kaya alam nyo na. So ito, I'll give you some examples. Actually, madami yan, maraming slides of the many things ng sobrang creativity, napakawiti natin mga Pinoy, that we would name yung mga brands natin or yung ating mga businesses like this. So, Ed Sheeran. Kaya siguro mataas ang presyo ng itlog kasi kinakantahan ni Ed Sheeran ang bawat itlog dito sa Pilipinas. So, baka stockholder siya. Diba? So, Johnny Water. O, di ba? So, may added alcohol. Yung tubig, pakopya ni Edgar, 'di ba? So, alluding to parokya ni Edgar, living things, funeral parlor. So, nailibing mo na. So, naging things, so living things, so bubuhayin mo something like that, 'di ba? Pakawiti ano ng mga Pinoy. So meron pa dito swab taste. Oh, ito nung after pandemic. New normal snack corner, positive sa sarap, negative sa dumi. Buy one take one pa yan, be. Oh, bibili ka ba? So, pass muna tayo diyan, 'di ba? Tapos grilling me softly with these tongs. Very very catchy, and may mga times talagang tinatangkilik natin mga Pilipino kasi it's very catchy and witty and all that. Philippine Hairlines, o di ba baka may libreng discount sa PAL. And seven, ito, malapit sa puso ko, Seven Evelyn. O di ba? Alluding to 7-Eleven. So careful kayo sa paggamit ng mga colors ng mga ibang brands ha. Katulad ito, 7-Eleven yung ginamit ni Seven Evelyn. Mahabla ako dyan kasi it's not good to copy itong mga branding style ng ating mga ibang established mga brands. So what's in the name? Again, potato na corner. O, di ba? So, ini-spoof naman yung potato na corn. Potato corner. And then, Shogo. O, di ba? Sogo yata ang inaano nito eh. Ah, gusto nilang i-spoof. Tapos, we have the Antox chicken. O, di ba? Ini-spoof naman niya dito yung si Andox. O, di ba? Napaka-witty. So, you could use this kind of creativity for all of us na gustong gumawa ng brand or ng name from scratch. Pwede naman. So what is the key takeaway on this, on knowing yourself or what's in the name or telling who you are? It is to choose a unique name. So kung may tatak ka, anong klaseng tatak ang dapat mong iwan sa mga consumers mo, sa mga customers mo, sa mga kliyente mo? Is it on the bad image or bad, magbibigay ko ba ng bad na name for your business? So choose a unique name or image appropriate for a product or service that will identify you best or makes you stand out among competitors. So you have to have a unique name and image. So pag who you are, tingnan nyo ang Jollibee. Kahit ilang beses sila pabalik-balik ang Chris Cut fries, balik balik tanggal, still Jollibee pa rin siya, 'di ba? Even if like I said kanina, magbenta ka man ng kidney, hindi ba ako pa rin si Evelyn eh, magbenta man ako kidney, bumili ako ng Apple na phone, 'di ba? Ako pa rin si Evelyn eh. Mare-recognize niyo pa rin ako si Evelyn kahit na wala na yung kidney ko. So, that stands as a very strong brand kasi it's much more than all of these products that you will be having. It's really who you are and how your client perceive you as a brand. So yan ang pinaka-foundation ng ating brand. So the next one, so the first one is knowing who you are. Sino ka ba? And now, your guide would be, where do you want to go? Diba? So, kilala mo na kung sino ka. Ay, ako si Evelyn, nakatira ako sa Malolos, ganito ang aking attitude, ganyan, ganyan, ganyan. And then the next guide in understanding yourself, understanding your brand is where do you want to go? Saan mo gustong pumunta or saan mo gustong mapunta yung brand mo? So, kanina, di ba, we have definitions like a brand is on the marketing process. So ito na, magbe-build na tayo ng brand. So alam mo na kung sino ka, and then now you want to have a map where you want to go. So it is the act of creating. So medyo magpupunta tayo ng slight sa marketing but not actually there. So where do you want to go? Ito yung mga nami-miss ng ibang mga gusto agad mag-marketing ng product and services nila na napapansin ko all throughout whenever I do a branding for some small businesses is that they don't have a vision and mission. You should have a vision and mission, as in a vision statement and a mission statement. Why? Because a vision is a big picture of where you want, if of what you want to achieve. It's the big picture of your destination. Ito yung eyes mo. Ito yung tinatanong sa'yo ng HR na how do you see yourself 10 years from now, na naiinis ka na hindi mo makamot-kamot ka dyan sa ulo mo, na ano nga ba ako 5, 10 years from now. So this is the eyes, the vision, gawa ka ng dream board, mag-cut out ka ng mga pictures from magazines or anything na, ano, na gusto kong magkaroon ng kotse, gusto kong ganito, gusto kong ganyan. So that is the big picture of the destination that you want to have. Vision. Create a vision statement for your brand. Kasi kailangan mo yan. Mission statement or mission. Mission is the directions to get to that destination. This is your legs. So, kunyari na may itinerary ka, pupunta ka ng Japan. Di ba may nakalagay doon? Estimated time of arrival in Japan. And then first, day 1, anong gagawin mo? Day 2, anong gagawin mo? Day 3, anong gagawin mo? So those are the directions that you want to take. So if the vision is the big picture, the goals, then the mission is the direction, how to do it. Okay. So ito yung mga examples ng ating mga vision. So in Microsoft, ang sabi niya, we strive to create a local opportunity, growth, and impact in every country around the world. Sa palagay niyo ba, did Microsoft did a good job in presenting the vision? Parang globally, they are so recognized. And what about Coca-Cola? Sabi niya dito, our vision is to craft the brands and choice of drinks that people love to refresh them in body and spirit, and done in ways that create a more sustainable business and better shared future that makes a difference in people's lives, communities, and our planet. So, palagay nyo, naging successful ba ang Coca-Cola with the vision? And how about LinkedIn? Sabi niya dito, create an economic opportunity for every member of the global workforce. Palagay niyo ba, nagawa na ni LinkedIn ang kanyang vision? O, di ba? Pag dito pa lang, nasagot nyo, yes, you could imitate these kinds of examples. Di ba? So, ito pa, no? Mission statement naman, Starbucks, to inspire and nurture the human spirit, one person, one cup, one neighborhood at a time. O, di ba? Palagay nyo ba, nagawa na ba ni Starbucks ang kanyang mission? O biruin mo, di ba, kahit ilang oras ka doon, di kayo pinapalis ng guard. Sige, subukan mong gawing office ng Starbucks. Hindi ka niya paalisin. Di ba? Because they want to inspire and nurture daw the human spirit. So kahit na marami sa atin ang ginagamit ng Starbucks bilang opisina from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., o, di ba? So, hindi ka nila paalasin, promise. So, Disney, to be one of the world's leading producers and providers of entertainment and information, using its portfolio of brands to differentiate its content, services, and consumer products. And also, Twitter, or X na siya pala ngayon, by Elon Musk. Ang sabi niya dito, to give everyone the power to create and share ideas and information instantly without barriers. So, mission statement nila yan. So, palagay nyo, nagawa na rin pa nila or ginagawa pa rin nila hanggang ngayon ang mission statement na yan? O, di ba? Alam ko masasagot niya yan. So, hindi ko na kayo pahirapan. There are vision and mission statement generators online, or you can write them the old school way. So, actually, marami niyan, mag-type lang kayo kay Google. Sabihin nyo, vision for a coffee shop. Sabihin natin, magtatayo pala kayo ng coffee shop. Ano yung vision statement ko? Meron pang ibang AI dyan. I-type mo lang to, ang haba na agad, oh. Huwag niyo naman masyadong kopyahin ha, basta magkaroon lang kayo ng idea. Or you can write them the old school way kung talagang gusto niyo yung ganong talagang mag-isip kayo. So if you want to know where you want to go, then you must have a vision and mission for your brand. Hindi pwedeng wala. Kasi this would set the direction to where you want to go eh. So you have to have these kinds of written statements para at least no, pag nakikita niyo yan, no, ma-inspire kayo, ito palang vision statement ng aking brand. Ito palang mission statement ng aking brand. Actually, no, I've been a graphic designer for so long. May mga times, no, pag nagmi-meeting ako with a client, I would ask them, nasan po ba yung vision and mission nyo? Ano po ba yung vision and mission nyo? And most of them, they don't know. Or parang, ganito lang kami kasi parang nag-start lang ganito, ganyan, ganyan, ganyan. So, it's not that important to them. Pero alam nyo, no, as you're starting, kung from scratch pa lang kayo nag-start, or ganito pa lang na-accomplish nyo, or umaandar pa lang ang inyong negosyo, or ang inyong freelancing, kailangan meron na kayong vision and mission statements. Kailangan nyo yan. And then, we have discussed, di ba, who you are. We have discussed where you want to go. And now, how are you going to do it? So, wag tayo magmadali na magpagawa ng drawing sa ating mga gifted na mga artist. Gawin mo nga ako logo. Please do your assignment first, di ba? Of vision and mission. Talagang magmuni-muni ka muna. Sino ba talaga ako? Ano bang klaseng brand ang gusto kong gawin? So bago kayo magpagawa ng mga logo, mag-isip ng mga kulay, di ba? Yun muna ang gawin nyo. Yun ang munang magiging assignments nyo kasi that is the most important thing of all. And then on the third part of this course, we would see that there is visuals, tones, and behavior on the third part, which is how you are going to do it. So let's explore. So sa visuals, ito na yung mga graphic elements. So ito na yung mga logo mo, typeface, images, other elements that na common for you. And we put it in a brand style guide. So when I was in unemployment a few months ago, so ginawan ko sila ng brand style guide. So it's a very long brand style guide. I think it's 100 pages no na brand style guide depicting the rationale ng logo. So kanina nakita nyo, 'di ba, yung mini stop, meron palang puno doon, hindi pala siya cloud. Meron palang bahay doon, hindi pala yun parang dekorasyon lang. So all of these images have a specific kind of representations. So ini-stylize lang namin mga graphic artist para mas makita ng maayos yung logo or mas maging what do you call this uh, presentable, mas maganda siyang i-present pagka ito ay ipapresent na sa inyong mga clientels. So, itong visuals, ito yung logo mo. Typeface. Typeface ba o font? Nako, ayan na naman ang ano. Kasi we usually say font. Ito na yung mga general term. But actually, ang typeface is the family of the font that you're using. O yan ang kaibahan na typeface. Ang font ay ang weight. Pag sinabing weight, ang bigat, this is like Arial italics. Example ng font ay Arial bold, Arial normal or regular. Yan ang tawag sa font. Pero pag sinabing typeface, sasabihin mo ay Arial or family ng Arial. So, yan na, marami akong discussion dyan. But what they didn't know is that I'm a graduate ako ng Bachelor of Fine Arts, major in advertising. So ilang taon namin itong inaral, itong typeface na to, itong logo na to, itong images na to, mga colors na ko. I would tell you stories about colors. Minsan nakipag-away pa ako sa colors. It's because, Yung sa fine arts kasi, for 4 years, talagang yun ang pinag-aaralan namin. Kala nyo walang nag-aaral ng ganun, no? Pero yung mga typeface na yan, may gumagawa pa nga ng mga ibang typeface yung ibang mga classmates ko eh. Ganun ka, ano eh, ganun ka parang nerdy. Nerdy ang ang fine arts. Anyway, typeface is the family of the you would say fonts, family of what you're going to use na letters. And font is the weight. Oh, tandaan nyo may exam. Joke lang. Sa font, if it's Arial italics, so kailangan may italics yung Arial mo, ganun siya ka-formal. Pero, para hindi ko na kayo pahirapan, sige na nga, fonts na lang. Kasi yun ang parang yun ay nakagawian. But if you're talking to a fine arts or if you're talking to someone in the arts, so medyo particular no when they discuss the typeface, kung ano yung typeface, kung ano yung color, ano yung logo. Naku, inaral namin yan ng 4 na taon. It's parang naka-ingrain na sa aming mga puso. Kung ano yung kahit magbalik-baliktarin mo ang color ng red, hindi lang isang color ng red. Meron pang wine red, meron pang ganitong red, something like that. Nako, you'll be crazy about all these colors. Anyway, so brand style guide, what we put there are the logo, typeface, kung ano yung ibig sabihin ng logo mo, what it stands for, nandun yung vision and mission mo, nandun yung restrictions of how you would use your logo, nandun kung digital marketing, paano siya gagamitin for a Facebook, for Instagram, kung traditional marketing siya, paano siya gagawin sa billboard. Ayan. Paano ang itsura ng logo mo pag ito ay nilagay sa billboard? O kaya kung magti-TV commercial ka or magpiprint ka, ano magiging itsura ng iyong logo? So, nandyan yan sa brand style guide. We also have the shortcut, which is the brand kit. Ano lang yan, I think mula explanation of what the logo is up to colors and sobrang ikse. I think it's just maximum na siguro niya mga 10 pages or 15 or 12. And in social media, we also call that brand deck. So iba-iba man yung terminologies in different areas, halos pare-pareho lang din ng laman. Ito lang brand style guide ang pinakamahaba because it encapsulates everything from traditional media to digital medias or marketing to mascot, merchandise like t-shirt, magiging sure ng logo mo sa t-shirt, ballpen, mugs, calling card, yan, mga ganyan. So, ganyan ang visual, ang dami, So, these are some of the logos I did for a client. So, this is, it's a holding company. So, ayan siya. May rationale dyan. Di ko na lang nilagay dito kasi mahirap basahin. Ang liit, ang haba. And we have the Confederation of Agri-Wood Cooperatives. So, both of that, pinagawa niya sa akin. So, dito rin, I don't know if still in Boracay o baka nagsara na. Pero ako yung gumawa ng logo nito, Toast Breakfast Bar. At ito yung kanilang menu, yung placemat, yung nilalagay sa pagkain, yung bago ilatag yung plates. So I'm not sure if it's still there, but if it's still there, picturean nyo naman, Tapos para makita natin. So ako gumawa ng logo niyan. Tsaka yung iba nilang collaterals, mga printed materials. Yan. So in logo, meron pa dyan, pwedeng gawing pictorial lang. So kita niyo naman si Apple, no? Pag nakita niyo yung Apple na may kagat, ay, Apple yan. Diba? Hindi mo maitatanggi. Mary Lynch, hindi masyadong sa atin noon. Siyempre, Lacoste, Buwaya, Starbucks. So you can have it as a pictorial, letter forms, monogram like McDo, isang stylized M. So pag sinabi kong stylized, nilagyan lang ng style yung M. So imbis na ordinary na M, so medyo nakita niya golden arches, Nax. Diba? And then we have the H&M and the General Mills and the Unilever. Maganda yung Unilever eh. Minsan tinitingnan ko lang siya ng maganda yung pagkakagawa ng logo niya. Emblems, which is the Harley Davidson. Ito na yung mga ano pinagsamang shape tsaka may letter, yeah, words. Salvation Army, Samsung, so 'di ba may ganon shape, tapos merong word. So UPS, word marks. So alam niyo naman si Disney, Makita, Activision, Echo, abstract, symbolic. So ito, no, hindi naman natin alam kung ano ibig sabihin niya, no? So, even yung check ng Nike, so abstract. And then the Sprint and the Mercedes. And we have the mascots underneath. Siyempre, no, hindi mawawala yung Jollibee natin dyan sa mascot type. So this can be used as a reference to your logo. So pag dito, have a professional graphic designer na to do your logos. You know why? Kasi mas alam nila yung colors mas alam nila yung sukat mas alam nila even yung mga softwares that are needed para ma-translate yung logo mo to different areas. For instance, ipapaprint mo, saan siya best gawin? Syempre Illustrator or Photoshop. Kung gagamitin mo siya sa digital marketing. So more on the Photoshop side, pwedeng Canva, pwedeng ganon. So have a graphic designer do your logo. Or kung may idea ka, sketch mo, pakita mo sa kanya, ganyan. And he or she can help you out para ma-distinguish ko ano yung doodles mo. Mag-doodle ka lang kung ano yung gusto mo. And then a graphic designer can help you with it. Okay? And then, bukod sa visual, which is tapos na tayo, we have the tone. Ano ba yung tone ng brand mo? So, tone is the style of communication the brand uses, from text on a website to messaging developed and used in targeted advertisements and to the manner in which the staff speak to customers. Ano daw? So, bigyan ko na kayo examples. Masyadong wordy, ano? Sige, examples. Jollibee. So recently they have this hashtag share joy. So it's dinidepict nila yung tone ng Jollibee is always communicating Filipino heritage in memorable ways. Humble, 'di ba? Yung mga Filipino tradition, mano po, yung mga ano sa mga elders, family time and something like that, 'di ba? Yun yung tone ng Jollibee. Sa Nike, ang tone ng Nike is motivating, inspiring, athletic, positive, or minsan kahit hindi athletic, di ba? Basta may nakalagay na just do it. Parang, oo nga no, I have to do it. Parang ganon. So wala kayong nakitang ads ng Nike na parang lalamya-lamya yung mga tao, di ba? Kasi hindi yun consistent with the tone that they are trying to project. So last time I was in a friend's house and we were thinking of what kind of a brand she would represent. So, since may pagka-maldita siya on the side, sabi ko, ano kaya lagay mo yung maldita dun sa word, something like that. Total, may pagkaganon ka naman. So, maldita na nakakatuwa, hindi nakakainis. So, if that's the tone that you want your brand to have, okay lang din yun as long as ma-justify mo where or how at bakit mo gagawin yon. So, hindi lang to yung logo natin, yung tone natin, visuals natin. It's not just a pretty picture. There should be a reason or there should be reasons behind why we do things the way we do things. Hindi pwedeng, ay, trip ko lang yan. No, kasi lalabas yan pagka yung someday, no, maging big company ka. Tapos, tinanong ka ng mga tao, ba't ganyan po yung logo natin? Tapos wala ka maisagot kasi hindi mo alam. Wala, trip ko lang. Di ba? Hindi siya nakaka-inspire, di ba? Pag sinabi mo, trip ko lang yung logo ko O trip ko lang yung yung mga advertisements ko on inspiring motivational something, di ba? Dunkin Donuts, ano yung tone, brand tone ng Dunkin Donuts? So always the hashtag pasalubong ng bayan. So pag binigyan ka ng Dunkin Donuts, it means specialness. 'Di ba? So kasi na-capture na nila yung itong tagline or itong hashtag na to na pasalubong ng buy, inangkin na nila. Wala nang kahit Mr. Donut, hindi na maaangkin yan kasi sa kanila na yan. Kasi sila din, nagdi-depict din sila, di ba? Like, for instance, pag nakita niyo yung mga content nila online, Facebook and all that. Diba parating merong nagmamadaling tatay o nanay at the last minute bibili ng Dunkin Donuts para sa anak or sa special loved one, mga ganyan. So, it's a hashtag pasalubong ng bayan, the kind of tone that they would want to project sa mga clients nila. So, what kind of tone, brand tone that you want to project? And lastly, dito sa ating, how are you going to do it? It's the behavior. Nako, ito pa isa. Ito pa ang isa na kinakalimutan ng mga nag-i-start ng mga kumpanya or nag-i-start ng mga brands. It's the behavior of the company. How the company acts in certain situations. It is the morals and the values. Ano daw? Diba? Pag sinabi natin to, ito ay ang core values mo. Core values define the organization in terms of principles and values. Kung ano yung vina-value mo. How will you behave during the process? Ano ang behavior na iyong brand? So example of core values, customer focus, speed with excellence, humility to listen and learn. Meron pa mga teachability, integrity, o di ba? May mga ganon tayo. Customer service, probably ganon. So gawa din kayo nito bukod sa mission and vision statements, you should also do the core values para alam niyo yung kung ano yung magiging behavior ng not only the brand actually, but also ng mga employees mo or yung mga someday mga kasama mo sa loob ng kumpanya or loob ng freelancing mo, mga ka-groupmates mo. They would know in particular, kunyari, lagay mo ditong core value ay quality. Siyempre, pag quality or excellence, di ba? Ayan na, dyan na magkakatalo. Siyempre, ang pipiliin mo yung mga kasama mo na merong regard for quality. Oh, dyan pa lang, no? Makikita na nila that you mean business and that you mean well. Actually, not only mean well, but you want to give out quality and excellent work or service sa inyong mga clients. O, di ba? So, mission and vision statements. Core values, please do core values. This is so important with your brand. Isipin mo mabuti. Anyway, yon. So we have discussed who you are as a brand, where you want to go, and how you're going to do it. Now, I will take you in a little bit of marketing. Sobrang little bit lang. Kasi yung partner kong si Miss Monica would be the one to really discuss this. So medyo pahapyaw lang ng konti. So in the marketing funnel, we have the awareness, consideration, conversion, and loyalty. So lahat ng mga napag-aralan nyo when it comes to creating dun sa how, idudugtong natin yan ngayon dito. So ito bang sa brand mo na to, are you making all of na nakapaligid sa'yo aware that you exist, na may negosyo ka palang ganyan. So dito no ibabangga mo lahat, even yung kung ngayon nagsisimula ka sa freelancer, even yung content ng brand mo, is it a content for awareness na pinapa-aware mo lahat ng mga tao na, ay, eto ako, nagtitinda ako ng mga frozen foods, ganyan-ganyan. So, alam ba nila yon? So, lahat ng content mo, dito mo ibabangga awareness. And then, kailangan yung next na content mo would be, kukonsider ka ba nila? O, di ba parang naliligaw to, mga friends, di ba? Dami naliligaw. Tapos, dito sa bandang huli, sino, 'di ba? Sino ang sasagutin mo? So, consideration, conversion. Conversion means mako-convert mo ba sila as loyal as customers, 'di ba? Mako-consider ba nila yung product and services mo, ang brand mo? We always say this ano sa brand, if it's top of the mind. Sila ba yung top of mind mo? Pag sinabi bang top of mind, di ba may mga times na pag bibili tayo ng toothpaste, ang biglang sinasabi natin sa sari-sari, meron po ba kayong Colgate? Kahit na hindi natin masyadong trip ang Colgate, actually, ang gusto nating bilhin ay close up. And because na top of mind na ang Colgate dito sa tuktok ng ating head, ayun, nag-stuck na ang Colgate sa ating utak forevermore. So, kahit na gusto natin close up, actually, ang gusto natin talagang bilhin. Kasi, yun na, naging effective ang Colgate in really presenting as a brand sa kanilang mga customers. So, awareness, consideration, mako-convert mo ba sila to loyal customers at the end of the day? Magiging repeated orders ba and repeated buyers pa sila of your brand. So ito ang tinatawag na famous embudo. So halos sales, meron din silang funnel pero hindi rin to nagkakalayo. Digital marketing has also this kind of a funnel pero hindi rin sila nagkakalayo. Pero I would want to discuss this a bit para at least no kahit papaano ma-gauge nyo na, ma-measure nyo na yung brand ko ba ay nagbibigay ng awareness sa ngayon. Ah, pinapaisip ko ba itong aking mga customer kung paano nila ma-avail ang aking product or services, paano sa nila ako hahanapin, magkano per product, 'di ba? Mako-convert ko ba sila? Magiging believer ba sila ng aking produkto at services? And lastly, magiging loyal ba sila? Forever ba silang magiging customer ko? And how to keep them loyal. Yan pa, meron pa yan. So ito, no, pag hinimay-himay pa natin ito, medyo mahaba. But that would be another discussion for another day. Gusto ko lang kayong bigyan ng glimpse na ang branding is the heart of all things at and also some parts of the brain, kung parts ng katawan ng ang ating ihahambing, and marketing are your legs. So, ulitin ko kung ang branding ay ang heart, foundation of all the things that you're doing for your business, then marketing is the legs. Bili mo awareness, so how to make awareness, how to them to consider, how to convert them, how to make them loyal, no, 'di ba? Puro how, di Carabao. So, uh, magkaano kasi sila, magkapatid kasi sila eh. Hindi hindi puro branding, kailangan ding i-discuss ang marketing. At hindi lang puro marketing, dapat kailangan din natin i-discuss ang branding. Talagang hindi sila pwedeng pag-separate. Although marami kasi puro marketing, puro marketing, puro marketing. Ang tanong, is it consistent with the brand? Yan ang mga tanong. Kasi kailangan mo yung marketing ng marketing tapos nawawala ka na pala sa focus na ito pala ang dapat na brand natin, ito pala ang meaning ng ating brand, ito pala yung dapat na ginagawa natin, di ba? So tapos bilang all of a sudden nawawala ka na ng focus, nawawala ka na ng direksyon kasi puro marketing na lang, puro marketing na lang, puro marketing na lang. So if you want to discuss marketing, discuss also branding. And when you discuss branding, you also discuss the marketing side of all these things. Okay? Okay, so the customer's journey, more on the visual images or blogging or vlogging, videos, live video. So, ito touch din yan ni Miss Monica next meeting or for tomorrow. And then the last one na gusto kong ikwento sa inyo, ito medyo ano na to, uh, tawag dito, medyo on the uh, kwento side, story side of what happened to these brands. So the other side gone bad. So what happens if we don't ride the tide, if we don't adapt to the times? So Kodak, I'm not sure kung may mga nakaka-recognize pa dito about the Kodak is a film industry, in the film industry or yung mga picture-picturean yan, mga cameras, sila yung mga sinaunang camera. So 1889 pa sila. Well, up to the present, meron pa silang konting negosyo. So they invested billions of dollars in developing technology for taking pictures using mobile phones and other devices but hesitated. As in, biruin mo, naglabas na sila ng pera, naglabas na sila ng research and development, and then suddenly they hesitated. So ano nangyari? Actually, wait, balik tayo. So, ano nangyari dito sa kay Kodak? So, ngayon hindi na siya masyadong kilala. Nag-devote na lang sila into having mga films na lang. Pero dati, sila yung talagang patok na patok when it comes to mga camera. But they hesitated. So, when you think that the brand needs to have some tweak here and there, na alam nyo lang that kailangan because of the times are changing, then go for it. Okay? Next is Blockbuster. So, 1985 siya. I'm sure yung iba sa inyo baka di pa pinapanganak ng mga time ito. So, the inability to adapt to the changing market conditions and poor customer service, high rental fees, inability to understand and adapt to client preferences resulted in its downfall. So, ayun. Ito na nga ang kwento. So, in 2000, Netflix. Oh, kilala nyo ang Netflix, di ba? Netflix approached Blockbuster with an offer to sell their company. So si Netflix sabi kay Blockbuster, Blockbuster, bilhin mo naman kami Netflix for 50 million. The Blockbuster CEO was not interested in the offer because he thought it was a very small niche business and it was losing money at the time. So as of nito, July 2017, Netflix had 103 million subscriber and a revenue of $8.8 billion. O, di ba? Nasaan ang Blockbuster ngayon? Wala na sila. Nag-bankrupt na po sila 2010. Nasaan ang Netflix ngayon? Hanggang ngayon nanonood pa tayo ng Netflix. At patuloy silang gumagawa ng mga movies. Pero one time in Netflix life, in-offer nila yung sarili nila in this company pero nireject sila. Sayang dapat blockbuster pala yung Tudum, tapos blockbuster. Di ba? Sayang. Tsaka yung pero, di mo 8.8 billion, di ba? Sangka. Anyway, Yahoo! Okay, nako, I think alam pa ng karamihan dito yung Yahoo. So 1994 siya established. So in 2002, their CEO refused to go through with the deal to buy Google. Oh, ito na naman tayo. Si Yahoo daw, bibilin daw dapat si Google. So si Google, alam niyo naman ang Google ngayon. It's a search engine that receives 5.6 billion searches a day. May pera to dito sa search engine. Maniwala kayo. Anyway, so nangyari, syempre, yun na naman, the CEO ng Yahoo refused. Ayoko sa iyo, Google. Di kita trip. O, fine. O, nasa na ngayon si Yahoo, di ba? Ngayon, ito pa isa. Yahoo had a deal to buy Facebook. O, di ba? Pero nag-hesitate. Buti nila nag-hesitate si Mark Zuckerberg kasi nilower ni Yahoo yung offer. So ito naman si Yahoo. Oh. Dapat pala, ang pangalan ng Facebook natin ngayon ay Yahoo Book. Sorry. Sorry naman. Ito si Yahoo, hindi siya masyadong futuristic or something. So, biri mo, ang daming deals, oh. Biri mo dapat Google. O, kung binay niya ang Google, dapat ang natin is Yahoo Googling. Something like that. Tapos kung Facebook, pati Facebook pinili niya, dapat ang Facebook natin ngayon, ang pangalan is Yahoo Book. Tapos Meta Book. Mga ganun. Or Yahoo Meta, mga ganun, di ba? Sayang, no? Anyway, that ends up and wraps up my course for tonight. And I would leave you with this, sinabi ni Jeff Bezos ng Amazon that the most important single thing is to focus obsessively on the customer. Our goal is to be Earth's most customer-centric company. So, customer. Tingin tayo din parati sa customer. So, that ends my presentation. And I hope you learned something today. If you have questions, pwede din siyang i-chat or Pwede na mag-unmute. Sino ang may lakas ng loob?
Ate Evs, while waiting for questions no
Yes.
from Ate Monica's end. Hi, good evening everyone. Ate, kwento mo kung bakit Dunkin na lang si Dunkin Donuts.
Ano yon yung,
Si
sorry, hindi ko masyado
Dunkin
narinig.
Donuts, Dunkin na lang siya.
Dunkin. It's because, di ba, they serve hindi lang kasi donuts now eh. Kasi they also serve coffee. Meron din sila mga sandwiches and all that. So, they need to rebrand a bit. Pag sinabi mo kasing rebrand, kasi it's totally overhauling all of the of all of the things that you have. In this case, tinanggal lang nila yung donuts kasi nga marami na silang sinaserve bukod sa donuts. So marami na silang variety. Tsaka I think they can afford it.
And there's one more thing na part ng rebranding ni Dunkin.
Alin?
Hindi na siya more on commercial sugars. As we have known before, the donuts, sugary talaga siya.
Ay,
So,
totoo. I,
pumunta ako
I
sa isang,
remember yung KFC. Kasi 'di ba fried chicken. So naging health
mm-mm,
conscious ang mga Amerikano for some time. So ginawa
yes,
ni supposedly buong Kentucky Fried Chicken yon. So ginawa na lang talaga nila
Dunkin' Sugar.
na KFC to hide
Nag-visit ako sa isang,
the fried thing.
the,
So
mm-mm.
yeah, totoo yan sa sugar talaga pero we love it. Hindi na ako
Yun.
kumakain, promise.
Sa isang visit ko na, when I visited one of the branches here, nagtanong ako, sabi ko, bakit Dunkin na lang, walang donut? Parang tinanggal niyo yung tinanggal niyo yung karatula ba? Tapos sabi nung sa nag-offer doon, ma'am, kasi may offers na kami na, may offerings na kami na less sugar, tapos more organic.
Oh.
Tapos, more organic. So, meron na rin silang
Mm,
coffee na cocoa ang sugar. Alright. Tapos, what you had just have said, it's not, Dunkin' now is not more on donuts anymore. They have
mm,
sandwiches na, they have, it's
mm.
really a mix and match. But technically, branding itself from day one is a struggle. So as rebranding. Kasi parang
Yes.
mas mahirap nga mag-renovate kesa mag-start from scratch.
Yes. So rebrand
Mag-build.
is much harder. Oh, totoo yan. Totoo yan.
Alright, do you have questions from shout out tayo? Hi Gerard, Anya, Monica, Brian, Divine, Clarice, Maribeth. Hi, hello, Mitch. Sorry, Mitch. Judy, Renz, Micaela, Ashley, Jaime from Dubai. Hello, Charlotte, Tin, Tedo. Oh, you have two units at Tedo. So right after this, this will be recorded. The recording of this Zoom webinar, our very first Zoom webinar. Congratulations, Ate. Love.
Thank you.
This will be uploaded in our unlisted YouTube videos, and then the link will be emailed to you. Naka-receive po ba kayo ng email? O ang na-receive nyo lang ay message ni Ate Malu. Yan. So, the link to the recording uploaded to YouTube will also be sent to you together with your first certificate for tonight. So, mangongolekta kayo ng certificate for the next, how many webinar series do we have?
6, coach.
6. So you will be collecting 6 certificates for each. All right. So please do like and follow our FB page, and please do um, accomplish our evaluation form so we could still improve our catering tailored fit services for you in the next upcoming webinars. And then may we request everyone to turn on their cameras for a photo op if you, with your permission, of course. Yan, naka-receive ng email. Good, good thing. So, sa email, isend namin yung link and then yung certificate for tonight's webinar. Alright? Sige daw. If you think you have questions at the moment that you cannot express pa, please feel free to post your questions or send us your questions through PCC, the Project Creative Collab page, or in Digital Skills Training and Services. All right? Okay, in 3, 2, 1, say PCC. Diba? Pag sinabi mo pala na PCC, nakangiti na. One more? I think one more. About. And in 3, 2, right, diba? Clarice. Alright, sige. 1, 2, 3, and alright. Thank you so much.
Thank you sa
Have a
inyo.
great night, everyone. See you tomorrow. We still
Thank you.
have every weekends, Saturdays and Sundays, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. until the end of March. All right? Have a great night, everyone. Have a great weekend.
Bye.
Thank you, Board. Thank you, Ate Evs.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.